It's been win after win for Pitt, thrusting the school into the national spotlight with athletic director Heather Lyke at the helm. We caught up with her on campus to talk about the unprecedented successes and what's next for her department. Heather, thank you so much for taking time to sit with us today and talk.
Yeah, no, my pleasure.
So you were wrapping up your last year of your first contract here with Pitt. What do you think are some of your greatest accomplishments? What are you most proud of here?
First, the team that we've built, the team of coaches that are here representing and working with our student athletes, and then really my executive team, my leadership team, and our whole entire athletic department staff. It starts with the right people in your organization, so I'm really proud and love coming to work with them. Obviously the brand change, the colors early on, I think that really set the stage for us trying to be distinguishable, and there's a pride sense, really building a sense of pride in our university, and those colors people gravitated to in the Panther head, and so that helped, just establish our brand and continuing to grow that brand. And then I would just say the overall competitive success as a department is something I'm, proud of the progress we've made, but we're obviously not near done. And but I think we're headed on the right trajectory.
I mean, most recently, men's basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, people were so excited this year.
Yeah, and my son reminded me, we were doing performance reviews, and we're in the process of, performance reviews, and I was talking about Coach Capel, and he said, "Mom, that was above expectations. We were picked 14th. And I was like, I realized that we were picked 14th in the ACC, and going into obviously Notre Dame, we had a chance to win it all, and just really had a tremendous run then in the postseason. But more importantly, the kind of kids that he brought into that program and the culture that he has established. I know that's an overused term, but it's a really good quality of kids. It's just a fun group of kids to be around, and so it was fun to see their success take off.
Well, I have to say, I read a little bit about the GPAs of the athletes.
Yeah.
And that's a huge mark. It was something like a majority of the teams are at a 3.0 and above with their athletes.
No, 18 of our 19 teams have a 3.0 or better. We just had a record number of all ACC academic honorees, the most number, 353 student athletes, and we have about 525 student athletes. So more than 2/3 of them are just really, really doing an exceptional job academically as well. And and that's why we're here. The fact that they are going to graduate and earn a meaningful degree here at Pitt and the quality of academic institution, and then go on and do great things, really is why we're here.
I want to talk to you, and I hope this isn't an overused question, but I want to talk to you about being a woman in this field, in this line of work, and really climbing the ranks here, being one of the few female athletic directors. What has that been like for you?
Yeah, I know I did get asked that question a lot. I don't know if it's that much different than just being a leader. I think this job is just really about leadership. It's about relationship building, managing, complex situations in a very visible setting. It's about building great relationships with coaches, and you can do that whether you're a male or female. But it is, different. Obviously, I didn't play football, but I certainly understand the game. I just think I don't think about it necessarily personally, but I know other people do. I think we have a group of colleagues, there's 5 or 6 of us in Power 5 females, so we know each other pretty well, and we share experiences and ideas. It's a bit rare, but, at the end of the day, I really think it's about your own individual leadership abilities. And I'm just grateful for Chancellor Gallagher. Obviously, I have a new chancellor coming in as well, Joan Gable, but I'm really appreciative for Chancellor Gallagher giving me the opportunity and confidence to go ahead and do this job.
So I have to tell you, from a personal standpoint, my youngest just turned 4, and I had this moment of mourning, like, it all happened so fast. It's in a blink of an eye, and I realized that At the same time that I was having my children, it was the busiest point in my career where I was really trying to devote and put so much emphasis on that. I know you have a family too. Did you ever find that this balance in trying to grow your family, raise your family, and be here at the top, it can be a struggle. It can be hard.
I think it's about, it's not, I know work-life balance, I don't know about that necessarily. I wouldn't talk professionally about that because I'm not great at that. But I think the benefit of this role is that my kids and my family can be around my job at times. I mean, they'll come to games.
Right.
I'm working the game and they'll say, well, we come, but you're talking to everybody. But at least they're in the setting, you know, and they can experience it. And I really focus on quality of time with them versus quantity, because you're never going to capture the quantity that you want. But when you are together, really try to make it good quality time and really be dialed in. And then there are important things that you really just should not miss, you know, whether it's a graduation or senior night or first day of school, those sorts of things. You know, if you can prioritize it, you do. But the other thing that's interesting is just being a role model for your your kids. You know, I work with student athletes every day, and I think of them as, you know, our kids here in the athletic department. And I think being a role model to my own kids about the importance of your job and what you pour into it and how you try to do it really well. You know, I think that is being a role model, whether you realize it not at the time.
So what's next for you? I have to ask because I saw some speculation online, your name being floated around with USC. Are you hoping to stay here at Pitt?
Oh yeah. No, we love Pittsburgh. I love Pitt. You know, as long as we can continue to build on the projects and the trajectory that we're on, we're very happy. And I love the coaches that we've brought here and have the ability to build these programs with. You know, we've got some really bold visions for Victory Heights and other major facility projects that need to happen. You know, we've got to build an indoor track and a band complex. And so as long as we're able to continue those projects, because those are really the teaching and living and learning environments for our student athletes. And those are the tools and resources that are necessary for our coaches and kids to have success. And so I think it's going to be fantastic to see the transformation of our campus with these projects, and that's really exciting to us.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us. We're so lucky to have you here.
No, honored to be here, honored to be in Pittsburgh, and we love it here. Hail to Pitt.
You may remember, too, that back in March, Heather Lyke won Athletic Director of the Year, and it was really great to be able to sit down with her, and we're excited for this next upcoming year for the Pitt Panthers.